Fine. So, during last sessions, right, we started seeing the basic cleaning activities, right, and we were doing the data type, you know, changing the data type, and doing split, extract, getting extract, and all these things, right. So today, right, what we'll see is we have completed this part. Right. Yeah. So we have seen all of these things. What we are going to do is today we'll see the basic operations. We have some text operations, right? And we have also the numeric operations. So we have the basic capabilities in as part of the tool itself, right? Where we can use that basic capabilities to do the cleaning, to do some basic cleaning activities, or to perform some basic operations on the data we have. And also we'll see the modeling activities, because now what happens, right, we have started getting data, more and more data into our uh, file, right, into our model, right. So that's why we need to integrate the data from different sources, right. So now we have to also start building our model. So we look at also the data warehousing concept, like how we can create a data model, right? And what are the different types of data model we have. Uh, and that is not only limited to Power BI, that will be also for the data warehousing and all other things, right? So this is will be the fundamental concept for any data warehousing related activities. So yeah, let's see. Huh, okay, okay. Looks like some issues in my system. Okay. What I will do is I will just close it again and open. Let me reopen this. Okay. I think I need to close this. Okay. So I will be restarting my file. So yeah. So now, see, you will have some environmental issues also like this, right? So you have to also be think of these like network issues and all these things you will be having while in your server also. So similar things will be there. But as this is in cloud, right? we will not face some these kind of issues there. But if you have the report server opening it and all those things, right, there you will be having these issues. But in cloud, will not face this kind of issues. So now what we were talking about is that we have started looking at the files and we have started looking, getting more and more files, right? So here we have included data, sales information, and we have included the uh, store information, location information. Now we want to analyze the sales on the location, right? On different location, how our sales is, right? Uh, so we want to understand that part. So let's say we have, and we started looking at the also the visualization. So first we'll go for one of the visualization. Like we have already started looking at this column chart, right? And on the column chart, we had learned that column chart is being used for comparison purpose to compare the data between different category, right? When we want to show the difference or when we want to compare the data from different categories, right? We are using the uh, column chart. Now, as we have used the column chart, we also want to do some kind of formatting on this, right? Or we have some different options even in that case, right? So January, February, we are seeing the sales in different month, right? But we don't know. Okay, we have the sales happening in different months. Maybe we want to also know that in which state, okay, in which state we have how much sales, right? And we want to show in the same chart. So we'll see that with a smaller data set, because here we don't have that kind of data, which is smaller. Okay, it is only all we have is more than 50, 30 category or something like that. So we'll see that in the different way. So here what we are going to do is we want to analyze our data. We want to analyze our sales information. So we'll keep it in the y-axis. Now this sales information we would like to analyze based on the cities or state. So let's say we want to see it according to the state. Right? So yeah, so this is how you are going to see the, you know, uh, this is how you will be having the sum of sales, right, for different states. So, okay, that means we have already started, this is giving me the correct result. And why this is giving me the correct result? Because we have already built a model. Okay. And where is that model? We have already built a model here, and we have also created a join. If we did not have the join, right? If we did not have the join, what will happen? Let's see. So just refresh the data and you will see that, okay, so count of store size. Okay, this is count of store size. And we would like to have the sales. So now you can see all of the columns are of same height, right? And why that is so? Because we are having a cross join between these two tables. We don't have any link, any relationship between these two tables, right? And that's what we do. The same cross join happens in SQL also, right? Databases. So everywhere, wherever we go, the concept is same for the cross join, right? Or for the joins, or left outer join, right outer join, or any joins, right? Creating relationship is the same, right? everywhere. Now, how we are going to create a relationship between these two tables, right? We'll just quickly see how we are going to see the relationship between these two tables, right? So we can, it's very simple here in Power BI. You just need to you have to identify the key columns in both the tables. So this is the fact table and this is the dimension table. Now, dimension table will always have one information per store, right? This is the store cities. So per store, it will have one information, right? One row, right? And here in the sales table, for the same store, it will have many transactions, many transactions. So you will see one to many relationship between these two tables. So this one to many, right? Here you can see one, here you can see many. This is a star, right? So asterisk. So one to many is what? It's a cardinality, right? So what does it signify? That one record of this for many records here, right, in the sales table, we have only one record available in the uh, store city, right? And how do we identify? Based on the key value. So there will be same key value if we have many, suppose this key value is 1, right? Or suppose this key value is 10. So this 10, right, store ID equal to 10, we will be having only one, entry in this store cities, store ID equal to 10, right? And here we will be having store ID equal to 10 many times, right? That's what it is, a one to many relationship is, right? And now you will see that if you go to the visualization, so it has corrected, right? It is giving the correct sales information. Okay, fine. So yeah, this is about the you know sales. Now this is about the relationship we are going to create, and we are going to know the different models we have, right? So what else we are going to do? Let's quickly see the chart, column chart, right? So column chart, we know now the purpose why we are using the for the comparison. Here you can see that we are comparing the sales in different state. So now we know that here Texas is having, uh, this is having the most sales. Then next is the Oklahoma. So we have like that all the different states here we have, and the sales we can see. And now we know that this state here, right, Arizona or some other state, okay, not Arizona. So this state is having the very less sales. So if we are having more cost of operating the store here, right? If we are not getting profit, and for some time we have operated there, so we would think of closing those stores, right? Maybe. So that is the purpose of analysis. Like we want to analyze the data so that we can know where we are getting the profit, where we are getting the where we are having losses, and whether we can cover that without losses, right? So we would like to analyze all those information. Okay, so that's fine. Now we have, okay, we are seeing based on the here based on the we are seeing the comparison of sales between different states. So the same comparison we want to also know according to the uh, different quarter. Like we want to do the comparison for different quarter. How is the sales for in different quarter for different states, right? In the same chart. Then what we are going to use? We are going to use the legend. Okay, legend will give the subcategory information in the same chart. Fine. So how you are going to have, suppose we are going to see, we want to know the quarterly comparison we want to do. And here we are going to use the order date or ordered in different quarter. So we have the quarter information, right? And we want to put it on the legend. So because this is a uh, you know this is a clustered column chart, so you can see that the state sales are broken down into different four quarters, and you have four columns. So is this looking good? This chart look good. Is it fine to show in the visualization when you are building your report dashboard or something like that? Sometime it may be okay. Sometime it may be that we want to show this comparison, and you can see that comparing in different quarter, at which quarter in this state, which quarter we have done good, in which quarter we have not done. So this is the comparison within the state itself for different quarters, right? This is the comparison of data within the state for different quarters. And if we want to compare not these individual, information from different within the same quarter, we want to compare within each state, right? We want to compare this within the states, and we have these many categories. So many categories we have, and that's why we have the smaller width and all. So we would like to then in that case go for the stacked column chart where we'll have only fewer you know uh okay we'll have only fewer yeah columns. Now why we are seeing these many breakdowns, these many segments? Because we are showing here the dates. We have to make it change it to quarter hierarchy, and we have now year. Okay, see yearly information is there. You go down and have you can pull it here. The Let's say we can just directly get the quarter information to this, right? So we have just got the full quarter information. So now we are able to compare within each other, right? For each of these states and the sales, right, we can compare within different states. And you can also, sort it, right? How you are going to sort. Either you can sort the legend. So this legend also you can sort, or you can sort the axis, right? This entire axis, either by x-axis or y-axis, right? So you want to sort it by sum of cells, maybe. So we can just sort it by sum of cells. So this is how you will be sorting it or showing the different segment of information in the chart, right? Column chart or this stacked column chart or clustered column chart. So when are we going to use the stacked column chart, and when are we going to use the uh, clustered column chart? It depends on the number of categories, right? If we have less number of category, suppose we have only five states, right? Or three states, right? And in that case, we want to do the comparison among the different quarters. So we can go for the clustered column chart, right? Because we'll have only 12 categories, right? Otherwise, so more categories, you'll always see issues like here. You will not have that much of space. Maybe you have only this much of space. So you would like to show only this much of these many categories in your in your visualization, and that's where you have to decide what you want to use. Okay. So you can use a stacked column chart when you have more number of categories. So here you can see almost 15 categories, 15 into 6, 4. How much? It will be 15 multiplied by 4, it will be 60 categories, around 60. So if you use this, cluster column chart, it will not be good. In that case, you have to use the stacked column chart, right? And do the comparison. So now, on the formatting, how do you format this chart? You can format, you may want to format the titles You may want to format the header of this chart. You want to format the legend, or and also you want to show the some different information also, right? You want to make it look, some more information you may want to incorporate here. So how do you format it? You can format it here. You can see this is the visualization, build visual options, and all the visualization options are there. Here you can use the visualizations. Now you have, you have here this formatting option, this format your visual, right? And you can format each and every part of your visualization, right? And how do you do that? Now suppose you have x-axis this one, and you want to change, you don't want, you by the name of this, you know that these are states, so you don't want to have this title, right? You want to remove this. So you can just go to the x-axis, and it is so good here, right, in Power BI, that each and every part, whatever you have here, x-axis, y-axis, these columns, and for each and every part, you have clear instruction and clear information for doing to do the formatting. Okay, and everything is clearly segmented here. So you can now in x-axis, what you can do, you can change the color of the font, you can change the font type, you can change, you can you can turn off the title. So even you can also uh, do the formatting on the title, right? So you want to turn off the title. Now we have also here, what do we have is the, okay, the font, right? You can use different font. Maybe uh, we have the Times, okay, Vardhana. So you can use the different font, you can different size. So I will not take, all of the formatting will be similar. So the text formatting and title formatting, I will not do for all of the charts. So I will leave it to you to do the formatting. Fine. Okay. For the first one, two charts, I will be doing the formatting and all these things to show you. Fine. Now, we can, change this text, what, which fits better to our chart. Next, the x-axis, right? In x-axis, y-axis, right? What we'll have, here you can see the y-axis is showing us the values, right? So we have to show a range of this x-axis, or axis should have a range, right? So it is, Power BI is automatically, detecting the range with the maximum value amount. Maximum amount we may have for a category, right? With that, it is detecting the maximum range. Okay, auto range, it is detecting. You can also you can also have your range, minimum and maximum range applied for. Right? Like here, we can start it from 10, and let's say we can end it at 15, right? So 1500. So here you can see that we are ending at 1500, and here we have the 10 here, right? And 1500 somewhere. Okay. So this is how you will also set this, and we can go for auto. This is auto. If you are not setting anything, it will be auto. Fine. You can even go for the conditional formatting option. So we'll see this later, conditional formatting options. Here we have the range. You can invert it. You can take it from zero from on the top, and the other values on the bottom. So you can invert it, right? You can show the chart somewhere, right? Where you may want to show it like this, right? You can show it this way. Then we can also have these values you have, right? For this, here you have 0, 200, 400. So these are the values. You can format even that. And let's say we are just giving it as this number, and we can make it this way, change the color. can even do that and not do much. Let's say we are changing it to right, some color like this. Okay, and then we can turn off the cells because see, we have only one header that is sum of cells by state and quarter, right? So definitely this is the sales information. Right? We can also remove the title from here that this is not required. The title is not required, or we can also have this title. You can set the title text differently. Maybe we want to sell sales, right? So it will just give a sales, or you can show the title only, and you have the you can change the text and color and all this. So we are not going to do all of that now. Now the next part is the we have the legend, and we are not going to format everything. Suppose we have the legend here, right? Legend part. So what is legend? Legend is whatever we are, breaking down into, subcategories. Subcategories we have broken down this chart. So this is the legend. It will create a legend, and this legend is now we have four different, components in this legend. We can, if it is this legend, right? If the data we know that quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, if it is by just by seeing this, it is obvious, then we should not have the legend. But it is here, it is required because we don't know what which color is corresponding to which quarter. We don't know that. So in that case, we need a legend. So the legend can be now formatted on the text. We can format the text information. We can format the positions, right? We can have the position of the legend at different places, like okay, center, or you want to left, center left, or left top stacked, so you can have at different positions. It is based on again, uh, it's based on the chart or based on the information you will be having here, how you are arranging your data. Right here, you can say like, okay, it's taking more space, so you can even bring it here, so somewhere, or you can bring it this way, right, stacked way. So this is depending again on you and your also it will be given by your customer. Feedback will be given. Okay, we don't want here, we want it somewhere else, right? So they will also let you know like what where you want to place. But you should always use your mind to place it somewhere which is which will show better option, which will give you the option to save your space, and also it will so that it looks also nice, right? So that also we have to apply. Fine. Then this is how you'll have the legend, and legend you can format the other, all the different parts of the legend, right? Also, you can change the colors of different. So you want to give the different colors to this legend, right? So you can even give the different colors. So we'll see this later below here. This is the legend, and we have the grid lines. So you can see the grid lines, dotted grid lines here, right? You can, this is the horizontal grid lines, and we can also, here in this case, we'll have the horizontal grid line, right? And you can turn it off or even, right? If you don't want to have any grid line, you can turn it off. Or you can even have the dashed grid line, right? Change the color maybe to make it visible, and just we are just making it visible, right? So you can change the color, or you can even have the width. So these are the different properties you have on this. But we generally we would not like to have this kind of thing. We would like to have it right, either lighter colors in the background, or we may not even prefer to have any legend in some cases, right? So it again depends on the visualization you are seeing. Now, This is about the grid lines we have, and then zoom slider, right? In this case, we have some data which is very small, like here is very small, right? So we don't know what is this data and we are not able to visualize it, right? So in that case, what we are going to do, we can also use the zoom slider. So in that case, zoom slider, what it will do, you can, slide this data. Now you can see the smallest, even the smallest data, you are able to see it, you will be able to see it properly. This is the smallest data and you are going to see it, even properly. Fine. Uh, so this way you are able to, will be able to get it. Fine. Yeah. So this is about the zoom slider and why it is being used for. So if you have very small things, right, you can zoom in. Right? You can zoom those data and to see it clearly. This is about the zoom slider, and then you have the columns. So the different columns, the colors you can change. Okay, quarter one, quarter two, quarter three. Yeah, if your customer has some preset, they are having their own color scheme, right? So you have to apply those color scheme. Now, the spacing between these two columns, right? You have this spacing available here, so you can make it 30 when say we are making it 30. Uh, 3, fine. So this way you can see the spacing is increased, right? And here you have the this is called inner padding also, that is done. So now minimum category width, you are just having this minimum category width and you can increase this with 30. Okay, so this width is increased. So yeah, you can have even what is the width you have to set. Fine. So these are the spacing and width of this chart, right? And then you have these, data labels, right? What is data labels? So all of these data you have there, the quarter one, quarter two, quarter three sales, right? So for all of those, we may want to see the numbers. What is the exact numbers? So we can even enable the data labels. So what has happened here is enlarge the visual or decrease the data label size. Okay, then only you will be able to see the data labels. So yeah, that this is very intuitive. You can go for the data label values and decrease the size. Maybe we can make it 5 and let's see if it is visible. So 5 is not available, it seems. What you can do is we can enlarge the visual size. See, now we are able to see even we are able to see the data, right? We are able to see the data here. Right? So this is how you will be able to see the labels, data labels. Fine. Now this is the data labels, and then we have more than this data label, where we want to position this data, right? Top, bottom, or where we want to inside end, inside center, right? Inside center or inside base. So these three options we have. Then we have the horizontal orientation or vertical orientation, right? So we can even do this, right? Now, this is about this is about the positioning of these data labels. Then we can also use the text. So we are not going to do anything on the text. Also, we will be able to enable the background. Here, the background color. Okay, let's go and implement the background color. And we are going to do it the background color and transparency. Why it is not showing? Because we made it transparent. So now we are removing the transparency to zero, and also because the size of this, because of this, right, it is even not showing. So what we can do, we can little bit decrease the, we can little bit decrease the size. Okay. Uh, okay, fine. If it is not showing, so what we can do, we can restrict the number of columns. We can make it. We should not show these many columns, right? These many columns in the chart. We should always show only five, six, or maximum of seven, eight categories, which is better to show in the compare, which is better to show, compare here. So if we have more number of data item, if we have more number of data item to compare, then we have other visualization also to use. Okay. And what are those? We can have the bar chart, right? Also to show the more number of uh, data item to compare. Now here, let's say that we want to also change. So this data item we will see. Okay, let's go to the make it change it to clustered bar chart, not clustered but stacked bar chart. Let's see, we are making it stacked bar chart, and you can see it here that okay, this is showing me this way, and this we want to change it to the hierarchy. This is the hierarchy. Right. Okay. Legend, it is legend. We move to that now. Legend is here. Right. And yeah, in this case, you will be able to also now you will have better you can show it in a small place here, and you can have it somewhere uh, here like this. You can see, or and this is better than the other option, right? Here you will be having more more visual appealing, right, than the column chart. Now here, what we were doing is the formatting on the background, formatting on the labels, right? And here the formatting on the labels. So we had also indicated the, yeah, background, and now enabled data label. What is saying here? Enlarge the visual or decrease the data label text. So enlarge the visual or decreasing the data label text. So though we have already, so it should show, right? Okay. Now we have the option on the values. We have the, yeah, data labels, display unit. You can even decrease the display unit to 1000 or K. Okay. So we can check even the spacing. Now, okay, let's enable the total. Okay. So total, you can see easily we are able to show it here uh, because it's outside of the chart. And why it was not showing inside? Because we need a more width. We need more width to show this data. Okay, that's why it was not showing. So you have to increase the width even, and you have to increase the so length is fine, right? The width you have to increase so that you can show the data there. Now we can also fine. So this is one. These are the formattings you have here, and apart from that, we have the formatting in general. That is, you can change the title. You can change the positioning of this. So positioning properties like what is the height, what is this. So exact position you will be able to change. and we don't want to check any of those. So titles you can also change the title of this. You can make it like sales by state, sales by state, and make it bold, make it little bigger, like 20, maybe 20, and have a different color on this. So you can just set it. So it's your again your call, like how you would like to show this data, right? And how best it can be represented. It depends on again you. So that's how you will be able to format the entire chart, right? And this is about the formatting of the column chart and bar chart, right? So now, when do we use the bar chart? Do you have any idea? I just
Comparison.
mentioned someone. Yeah.
So comparison of different.
Yeah, again, with the comparison, okay? So bar chart again we are using for comparing data. And what data? If we have some long text, okay? Suppose here we have questions, or we have something like that, long text we have, okay? Then in that case we should go for the this bar chart. Or we have many data points to compare, we have many data points to compare. Like in this case, we have many data points, right? So it is better than the column chart. If we are changing this to column chart, right? So you will find this bar chart is better than the stacked column chart. Okay. Let's say this is stacked column chart. So you can see that was better than this, right? So that's how you will be, using the different visuals, which visual you should use in which case. Right? So you have to understand this thing, like, okay, for the different situations, different visuals are being used, right? And this is where we are going to use this bar chart, column chart, and this thing. And mostly these charts are being used for comparative purpose, but sometime we will be also showing the data just to display the data information. We can also use it like this. We are just displaying the information, and we don't have any other purpose, just to display, right? So you can also do that using this bar chart and column chart, right? And both of these are having the same options, formatting options, same values options, right? Only thing is the axis is changed. The x-axis is changed to y-axis here in the case of bar chart, right? And everything remains same in both of the chart, right? Now, let's go to the data. Okay, we would like to get more data into our visualization, into our Power BI model. Okay, and as I mentioned in the demo session itself, that we will be working on the AW sales. That means Adventure Works Cycle, a company. Fixtures. This is a fixtures company. It is data is provided by Microsoft for learning purpose, for SQL Server learning purpose, or any data warehousing learning purpose, right? So we are going to use that data. Let's see that, okay, how the data is there in the uh, data warehouse. And this is the same, okay, you will find everywhere, whether it is your own project or some other project, right? You will find everything same. So this is the diagram we have. Okay, and that's how you will have your data setup in your data warehouse. Fine. And what is showing? It is showing the person information, all the person information. It is showing the purchase information, purchasing data, production related information, all the tables related to production, right? Sales related data, all the tables related to sales related data. So you can just see it, right? So this way, your data warehouse will be set up in the real environment, right? Every project will have the same similar diagram, okay? And there you will know that how these different tables are set up and how these tables are connected. So as a database, as a Power BI developer, what you have to do, this will be set up in your data warehouse. Okay, in the tables, your tables will be like this. Now you have to understand, okay, maybe you will not get this, diagram. But if you ask the, architecture or the database admin team for the data warehouse diagram, they may even provide you and they may not provide you. Okay, so what you will get the only table information, right? Only the table information and how those table can be joined. You will get those information, right, to create your data model. Right. Now, we will get our data from this data warehouse works company, this Adventure Works company, which is selling, right, which is manufacturing the bikes and accessories and selling those. So it is regarding it is regarding a manufacturing company and sales, purchases of different parts and all these things, right? So it will give you. And definitely, if there is a company, so there will be HR in that company. So there will be the employees in that company or agents in that company, right? So that's what the person is. Then sales, definitely there will be sales, there will be purchases, there will be productions because it's a manufacturing company. So all these informations will be there. Now, what is your purpose of doing this? Creating the visualizations to show the losses, to show the benefits, to show the profits, or even to show the opportunities, right? In different regions, different areas. So you have to get all those informations by means of your visualization. That just looking at your visualization, we should, management should decide, they can make some decision about their production, they can make their decision about the hiring people, firing people, right? So they can make sales decisions. So all these decisions they can make based on your data or based on your visualizations what we have created. So that's what you will have in the data model. Now, how we are having all of these files, and the same files also are in the uh, tables, database tables. Fine. You can directly connect to the database tables and import the data, or you can. We are having all the data in terms of files, CSV files. We will get all of the data here. So, but the getting the data from SQL Server is again, the only thing is you will be having a different connectivity method. Otherwise, getting the data from there and using it in Power BI will be same as using the file, using the text file, CSV file. So let's say I'm just connecting to the database server, SQL server, and I have the data house, all the database here. Okay, all the tables here, right? So I can get the data, I can get the tables from here just by connecting to database and just importing this data, right? Getting these tables into our Power BI, this one, right? So let's say we are going to have these tables, right? Graph tables, file tables, system tables. So we will be just, okay, maybe this is not the correct database we are having. Database diagrams, tables, system tables, files tables, adventure works, database log. Okay. So yeah, we will be okay. This is, we are just connecting to that. We need to connect to the uh we will be getting the data from Power BI. How we are going to get the data from Power BI? You have to first go to this get data and going to the either text data. Let's say connect to the SQL server. And how we can get the data from the SQL server is just by giving the name of the server right here. Just put the name of the server, and we have the name of the server as here. Is the This is the name of the server. Uh, let's connect again. and get the name from here. So you will have the data in different server, right? Not your local machine. So you will have a server name there, and also the authentication method and all these things are already. This may be set up. You may not even have to use the these connectivity information, because you will be setting up again different method to connect the data, right? To connect to the sources. So there will be so many things while you work in the real-time environment, right? Now we are going to get the data from this server, SQL server, and connect to the SQL server database. And similarly, you can connect to any databases. Only thing is the connection method will be different, right? Some databases, you have to provide the passwords differently. Here you have to provide differently. Here we are not providing any password directly, because we have the database inside in our local machine, right? It's directly connecting to that, right? We will be able to get all of these tables from these databases, right? So at a time, we can get all of these tables, right, and load it or transform and transform the data. So it will be added to our, yeah, it will be added to our model, right? But what we want to do, we don't want to get, now whatever queries we have got, this is from databases, and these are the queries we have got from database, and same query we have got from files. These are the queries we have got from files. But you will see that both will work similar fashion, same way. Why? Because it is now in the in memory. Right? Once we are importing the data into Power BI, both will be in memory and both will be stored same way. Fine. So we don't want to get this data, right? We don't want to use this sources. We will just use the tables, the files we have, right? Because of the, right? We'll be using all of the files we have from that same data warehouse. Now, what we will be doing is also, you can even select all these at once and delete all this. So, we will be creating a data model out of our data set. Fine. Because we have different data set, right? Data sources, and we want to integrate our data, right? Let's get the all of the sources we have, where we have the data here, AdventureWorks data. Now we would like to get all of the information. What are the informations we want to have is, let's say, first is the sales information, sales 2015. Okay. Now we have got the sales information, and what we'll do is first thing is transform of the data. Use first row as headers, and then all of the different columns as, right. This will be now automatically detected, as the data type will be automatically detected. So this is the first data we have got now. Now what we would like to do, also rename these queries, right? Rename these queries and sales 2015, like that. Now we will be also getting the other data, and we'll see like how very first thing is we would like to analyze this data on different dimensions, right? We have the location dimensions, we have the product dimensions. So we would like to analyze the data based on the different dimensions. So we let's get the data for different dimension. So what dimensions are giving? Dimensions will be providing you the descriptive information on your data set, descriptive information on the sales, or all the fact data. So we will see that even later. Okay. So based on the customers, who are the customers who bought, who is purchasing more. So all these informations we will have in the using the customer. You can get the customer information on the sales, right? Then you have the product information. Let's get the product information, product data, and we are getting the product information inside this. right? Yeah. So product information, right? And then we have also the territory information, which is location information. Okay. So let's get the location information, territories, adventure works, territory information. So now this will give you the sales in different areas, different places. We have also renamed. How we have renamed? We are just double clicking it, and it is giving us the option to rename it. Fine. Now, as we have included the different data sources, right? For sales 2015, now we want to analyze that sales based on the customers, the products, the trade products. Right? We have different sources, and we are analyzing the data on this. So what we have to do, we have to integrate all of this data. We have to join all of this data. We have to create a data model out of this to link all of these information together. Right? So that's what we will be seeing in the next session, how we can, that means tomorrow, that how we can integrate it, what are the different, options we have to create our data model, right? So these are different options we will see. And also what we will do, we will start creating DAXs. Okay, we'll start creating one DAXs whenever we need, and so that way we will take everything together as in terms of a some kind of requirement. So DAX, then visualization, and the data, update activities, right? Will go together. So yeah, so and we'll take it as a problem statement, not as a tool wise, right? So we'll see like what kind of analysis we want to do and what are the calculations required for that analysis. So in that case, in the calculation, we will also go for the taxes. We'll also create some column and all these things, right? So everything will try to, like that way we will be able to, we will take everything together, right? Along yeah. So that's what we have for today's session, that we will see the data modeling capabilities, data modeling, how we data modeling types and all. So how we can model our data here in Power BI. So all of those things we'll see tomorrow. Do you have any question?
As a Power BI developer, we have to create the data warehouse.
No, 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 no. You don't have to create warehouse. That is the responsibility of the data architect. And
Mhm.
yeah,
So, but we have to develop the create the data model as a Power BI developer.
correct. You have to create a data model as a Power BI developer.
Okay, what's the difference between fact table and what's the name of other
Dimension table.
Dimension table.
transaction
Yeah,
dimension table? So, can
yeah.
you please explain a little bit fact
So
and
you can,
dimension?
you can see here the tables, right? And now you can see the fact table, right? This is the fact table. So what do you see in the fact table? You don't see any descriptive information. Okay, and you don't see any descriptive information, you just see the key columns. So what are these key columns? These are the foreign key columns, which is corresponding to dimensions. That means this number we have, this number is also available in the dimension table, which will give you more information. Just we have to connect this customer key to the dimension customer key. In the customer table, we have only one information, related to this. We will be having one entry in the customer table. Okay. And that will give you all the information regarding the customers, regarding that particular customer. So this is one customer, and for that customer, whatever, information is there, maybe the name, first name, and birth date, and all other information, all the information will be, they are captured in the customer table and all the information in one row. So that is dimension table. Dimension table will have all the descriptive information, and fact table will have all the key information, the dates and the values, the transaction information, right? It will not have any descriptive information. Okay. Uh, fact table will give you the key information, key values, the date in values, and the any transactional values or business values you have, measures. Fine. Uh, why it is done? Why fact table will be having only this much information? Because the fact table will have all the transactional information, all the transactions you are making. You are going to a store, and you can see like thousands of people are there in the store. So every person who is buying something is making an entry. So thousands of information will be there. If we enter everything into this fact table, that means the size will explode. Right here you'll have lot, so you need so much of space in that case. But if we are normalizing this table, right now here you can see you are having in normalized form, little bit normalized. Though it is denormalized, we can say that all the data we have, dimension data we have in the dimension table, and all the fact, only the numbers, your numeric data, are we have in the fact table, and that way we are reducing the size and also maintaining the table properly. Okay. Otherwise, it will be difficult if we have everything into one table, right? So that's why we have the fact table and dimension table concept. Yeah. You have any question? Is it
Yeah,
clear?
one more question, please. One more question. Is there only one factorable in model, or can be more than one
Correct.
factorables?
Correct. So this fact table again, this is related to a theme. Okay, this is related to a particular, like all the sales information, whether it is whatever sales you have, you may have. So you can have a different product, so you can have all the sales information in one table. So that can be a fact table. That will be a fact table, one fact table. So all the purchase information you can have in another fact table, right? All the other such information, right? Where you are having you know
Yeah,
uh,
I do understand now. Like,
yeah,
is there any connection between two factorables in the model?
we can have a connection, right? Like suppose purchase and sales. So same product we are purchasing, same product we
Uh,
are selling, right? So there will be a connection between them, right?
uh,
Hmm. uh,
but
yeah.
all
So we'll see this. We'll also see this. Okay. In tomorrow's session, we have the theoretical class on the this data warehousing concept. What are the different tables we have, and how those are connected, right? And what are the different models? We'll see in the next class.
uh,
Actually, and what is the Power Automate?
Power Automate again a different tool. Okay. To create flows and also we are not using here in the power
Okay.
with the Power BI, but it's again a different tool. Like Power Apps, we have Power Automate, we have. So all are Microsoft tool, and all of these are integrated. Okay, and this is you can create an entire application, end-to-end application with all these tools.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. If
Like,
we don't have. Hmm.
yeah, actually, one suggestion from my side, if you can take questions after half an hour, so that means after half an hour of completion of session, if you can take some question for two
Ha
three
ha ha.
minutes, so we
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be
we
able
can.
to clear our
Yes, yes,
doubt.
yes, correct. We can. Yeah, we can do the same. Yeah. Like every half an hour, we can take the questions. Right? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So let's meet tomorrow. Okay. And thank you for joining today's session. Yeah. Bye.